Yeah. Hi, everyone. Welcome to our show. We were just discussing corn and corn on the cob and eating corn in different variations. Popcorn, caramel corn.
Candy corn.
Yeah, that's the one I was looking for. That one. So, I hope everyone's having a good day. We're going to tell you what we did over the weekend, and then you guys can email us and tell us what you did over the weekend. And if it's interesting, we'll read it, but if it's not interesting,
we don't care then.
Yeah. What did you do, Josh?
I didn't sleep, that's for sure. I put together a trailer for my other web series that I'm doing.
That's exciting.
That's about...
Are you going to tell us when it comes on, when it starts?
The show premieres February 21st.
There we go.
It'll be online.
It'll be awesome, by the way.
Hopefully.
Do you want to tell them what it's called, too?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe?
Maybe. I just assume everybody knows what
Everyone
it's called.
knows.
The show is called Riverwood Drive, and we'll post a link on this video or something, a URL, so you can find it.
It's going to be great.
It should be fun.
There's a lot of attractive people in it, so I'm going to keep watching it.
And I'm in it, so that might be a bonus.
Maybe.
Maybe not.
Aww.
What did you do?
Anyways, I read, well, I had a swim meet, but other than that, I went on Amazon to buy a new book. And I, of course, buy a book, and then I read it in a day, so then I went online again to purchase another book. And
how long of a book was it?
I don't know, a few hundred pages.
And you read it in one day?
Yeah. But and that's not my point. My point is that I go on Amazon, and it tells you what their recommendations are for you. And the recommendation was prescription drugs in Canada for dummies. Was my recommendation.
What kind of books have you been reading?
That's the thing. Like, I just bought the new Heather McDonald book. It was My Inappropriate Life, which was really funny. And then I got The Average American Male. I got the sequel to that, and The Average American Marriage. I got that book. But I'm just wondering, like, obviously the books I've been reading, a lot of people will use prescription drugs in Canada who purchase it. So I guess unless Lindsay Lohan has been using my Amazon account.
She might have.
I'm assuming she did. Otherwise, Amazon has got this completely wrong, considering I don't even take aspirin unless I'm fully hungover, non-functioning. So apparently they thought that I needed prescription drugs in Canada for dummies.
Not in America, where you actually live.
No, and it's for dummies. Like, I hope my doctor doesn't use that book.
Doctoring for dummies.
Definitely.
When you see that in a doctor's office, then you run. I love it when like those websites will give you recommendations based off your searches and stuff. Like IMDb always recommends like these like Disney movies to me. I don't know why. Like I think it's because I searched probably some old Disney movie once, so now like all of those classics like Lion King and Beauty and the Beast show up.
Those are good movies.
No, they are, but it's like those are not like adult like.
They're not movies that you would watch. Well,
I have watched them. I mean, I have no problem admitting to that. A good old classic Disney movie.
You
still
can't
fun.
beat it. Yeah.
No.
It also recommended like how to help literacy rates in America according to psychologists. So I don't know if it was telling me that I need to improve on my literacy but
maybe it's just America's.
In America,
in America.
Yeah, in the country. My little brother did text me. I asked him how an interview went, and he texted me back, it went good the other day. So I'm so glad you are applying to Ivy League schools, Mason. Good job.
Congratulations.
It went good. I hope it went really good.
Okay.
In other news, Katy Perry has boobs, in case you didn't watch the Grammys, because Josh didn't and just saw the picture of them. Were you impressed?
Yeah. Obviously, I didn't watch the Grammys, but...
No, but you just saw that picture. You said she wore it better than the model, so... My favorite picture is of Ellen DeGeneres, and she's sticking her face in Katy Perry's boobs.
I didn't see that.
It's hilarious. But Katy Perry wore a nice seafoam green dress to the Grammys, which I mean, I think she looks amazing, but I think it would have looked better in a different color.
Yeah, the color looks like something. In the Jeep I drive used to be a color almost as sick as that. I had it painted black.
It kind of reminds me of the first time I held my nephew and he threw up on my favorite pair of pants. Like, that's the color that he threw up. But if it were in black, there you go. I can be your personal stylist if you need. So, but I mean, I think she looks good. She was there with John Mayer. They're official.
Are you happy about that?
Yeah, I guess, I don't know, because I like John Mayer's music, but I kind of heard some, like, stuff about him that wasn't so nice, but now, I mean, I heard him on the radio in an interview, and he seemed like he was getting better, so.
And like we know, you can believe everything you hear.
Well.
All the rumors are true.
Well, the stuff I heard was, I mean, it was from a legitimate source, like, who knew him, so.
The internet.
No, like an actual person who knew him. Don't worry. But anyways, we're gonna move on to someone else who's dated John Mayer and talk about Taylor Swift and her opening performance from the Grammys, where she did a little Harry Styles impression, which was not very nice of her. Shame on you, Taylor.
Was it good though? I mean, was it?
I mean, it was
a good accent.
Yeah, I mean, it was fine. I just thought it was kind of it's not something I would have done if I were a performer. I thought it was kind of trashy and rude, honestly. Like, obviously she dated the guy, obviously they broke up, but wouldn't it be her fault for dating an 18-year-old anyway?
I just think that, I mean, you know, even if it is it's supposed to be innocent and funny, I just kind of feel it's childish. I mean.
Well, I don't think she's innocent or funny, so both of those things are bad for her. Like, you're not innocent, Taylor Swift. Count how many guys you've dated, because there's way more than me, and I know I'm not innocent.
It's kind of like all those movies where it doesn't matter what the woman does, it's always a guy's fault.
Yeah.
That's not the case all the time. Sometimes a woman is wrong.
Sometimes, and especially when they're as clingy as Taylor Swift. If Taylor Swift is trying to date you, if she tried to date my little brother, I would send him to some remote desert island and give him security where she couldn't be around him. And then I'm pretty sure she would hire a private plane to fly her there, because she was that clingy.
And she'd write a song about him.
Yeah, and then or me being like this crazy sister, but I really just think she's kind of nuts. I'm sure she's a very nice person, but she is so clingy. I don't want her near any of my friends.
I think that she just needs to be careful how much she, I don't know, makes fun of other celebrities, people she's dated. I mean, because it really goes both ways. I mean, now she's becoming the bully.
I think she needs therapy, personally. I don't think she needs to watch her mouth. I just think she needs therapy.
Well, if she wants, she can call my therapist.
That's okay.
Group session.
We can give you a good phone number to go talk to. It'll be like couples counseling. You and Josh. Because they brought in new people instead of the people that started the show.
Well, it makes a difference. I mean, if there's not good chemistry with the actors and the crew and like the producers and stuff, it can totally bring down the show.
I guess. Anyways, I guess we'll move on to Justin Bieber apologizing on Saturday Night Live about his smoking weed, which...
Thank you, Justin Bieber. I can sleep good at night now.
I mean, I didn't mind you smoking weed to begin with. You are from Canada. It's legal up there, right?
You can do whatever you want in Canada.
So, I mean, do what you want, buddy. As long as you're not drunk driving or driving under the influence of any drugs, I don't care what you do. As long as you're still adorable and get back together with Selena Gomez, I'm okay with you.
But thank you again.
Dang. Anyway, not speaking of anything.
Something
actually.
More important.
Yeah, Celine Dion has performed for the Chinese New Year in China, and she did it apparently in almost flawless Mandarin, which actually takes talent.
I can't even speak English. Who needs?
That's what happens when you grow up in Wisconsin.
Go Packers.
But yeah, I thought that was kind of cool that she, sang it in Mandarin. I thought she was going to sing in English, is what I assumed, and then it said she sang in Mandarin. So I'm actually impressed, Celine Dion. So marrying a man who's 30 years older than you has paid off. He taught you how to speak Chinese.
Hey, you know, I feel better about her marrying an old man than her marrying like a 20-year-old.
I mean, they got together when she was 13.
Okay, that is really weird.
Yeah, and he said nothing ever happened, blah, blah, blah. That's a lie. Don't lie. At least be honest. You were a perv. What's his name?
I don't even know. This is really sad.
Arian or something with an A, maybe?
Is he rich? A prince, a king, or something like that?
He's a producer.
A producer, yeah.
He was her manager. He was her manager.
That usually is a stereotype.
He,
the music business, old producers getting together with young
Well, they've been together for a long time and they have kids, but still, she's an interesting one. She's like, I'm Celine Dion and I'm going to perform for you.
I think what's funny though is it must be awkward for them to go places as a family. It's like, oh, you brought your dad and your kids with you.
Yeah.
That's just not something I feel comfortable doing. So if you ever, when I'm 60 years old and you see me dating a 30-year-old, do something. Stop me.
He'll be really excited.
I will, but I mean that doesn't need that. The world doesn't need that.
Obviously it went great. Yeah, it went really well then.
It went well.
Yeah. Obviously his English teacher, luckily he wants to be a radiologist and not an English professor. So
it's because all the texting lingos and stuff is ruining America.
Well, he does get, if I text him, if he doesn't respond right away, he thinks I'm mad at him, which, good. I hope you have the fear of God in you from me.
Well, you know, you never text me back. I mean, it's like hours later, and I sit there and I just worry that you hate me.
I know, you just wait.
I'm sitting there by my phone, like this, just like waiting.
When is Mallory going to respond? Why doesn't she like me? My favorite thing is on the iPhone. So if you have an iPhone and you don't turn off, if someone else has an iPhone, they can see if you've read the text or not. If you don't turn it off, the setting. So, like, I think I have the setting off, but I mean, I hope I do, because a lot of times people will text me and I'll read it and I won't respond. And so I'm hoping.
2 days later, a response.
Or I just don't.
Radio
like
silence.
Yeah.
Just nothing.
Or I just don't like that. You know, that's okay too. Whatever.
What else is happening in the world or in?
There was a huge snowstorm in the Northeast. Luckily, my family is all okay.
Which, by the time this airs online, the snow will probably already be melted.
Yeah, it's my cousin's birthday. Happy birthday, Angela. I think she's 23.
You don't know how old she is?
23.
You think?
Yeah.
Okay,
pretty
you
sure.
know.
I'm pretty positive she's 23.
Well, it went good, didn't it?
And it did. It went good. I hope your birthday went good. Ain't? Do you say ain't a lot?
I don't say ain't.
Okay. Do you say y'all?
No. I am not from the South. I do not like you all. I'm not you people individually. I just hate that term, you all.
He's going to have to.
I have to clarify that.
Yeah, he's going to have to.
But I say you guys.
I say you guys, and my dad says y'all. My dad was born in New Jersey and says y'all, and I can't like grasp it. My mom never said it. She lived in Tennessee for 20 years, never said y'all. Less than 20 years. I take it back, like 15 years. And then she moved up to Ohio, and now she'll say y'all. And I asked her why she said y'all, and she said, I just want to make sure that people know I'm not from here. Yes, that was her response.
Well, you know, I think that it is funny being born in the North, just the difference in language.
Do you consider Wisconsin the North, or do you consider it Midwest?
Well, it's actually technically Midwest.
Okay,
but it's
don't know.
But on a map, it is north of Tennessee.
Right,
way
I'm just
north.
considering, I'm thinking of what you consider it versus what, like, I would because I consider where my family lives in Pennsylvania, I consider that north.
Yeah, it's kind of northeast.
But, yeah, but then, I mean, Wisconsin obviously is north, but I don't know if you say north or Midwest.
It's technically Midwest, but it's pretty much as far north in America as you can go.
Right, exactly, yeah, I agree with that.
It's a great place. You guys should go visit it sometime.
Have you eaten all the different kinds of cheese?
That's all they have there is cheese.
That's actually all your diet is. Luckily.
Actually, there are some people that you would probably believe that all they eat is cheese.
The obesity.
Yeah, it's actually kind of sad.
Have you looked online and seen that most of this is really random, I don't know why I thought of this, that most of the most beautiful cities, like the cities with the most beautiful people are in the South? 7 out of 10.
I'm from Wisconsin, I believe that.
7 out of 10 of the cities were from the South.
No offense to Wisconsin.
Yeah, and then the ones that weren't were large cities. So I think that's a disadvantage because or more of an advantage.
But the thing is, big cities are such a blending of people from all over the place, so it's kind of hard to say.
If you can't find a pretty person in New York City, you're obviously not looking.